Hey, busy crafters, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Jessica, and guess what time of month it is? That's right, it's the Just Our Imagination Challenge, and boy is it a challenge, hosted by Kathy with Kathy Joe DIYs, as well as Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIYs, and the guest host is Amy with the Singing Crafty Crafter. The links to their channels will be in the description box below, as well as the playlist, so go on over and give everybody some love. So, on to project number 1. The must-use item is we have to use foam, styrofoam, floral foam. We have to use foam of that sort. So what I did is I got this tube. Yeah, that's right. That's right, I did it. I got a tube. No, what I'm doing is I'm just cutting out a little bit of the tube. And I'm going to cut it almost in half. But there's the floral foam that I am going to be using. I picked that foam for the shape of it because I tell you, project number 2 is what set the stage for the entire video. So what I'm doing is I cut out the little round cardboard tube, and then I am just going ahead and making a line of where I want to carve out on this the floral foam. So I am now just digging out all of the insides of the floral foam. It was messy. It was quite bleh. It was not good. I did not appreciate that stuff getting under my fingernails. I cannot stand it when things are under my fingernails. So, with that being said, I carved it all out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cardboard piece that I cut out earlier, and I'm just going to wrap it in masking tape. And then I am going to, I just go ahead and do all of it with the masking tape. I'm trying to get it sturdy. Now that cardboard is from the vinyl that I use, and it is extremely sturdy. Like, it is, if you hit somebody with it, they probably would cry because that's how hard and heavy it is. It's not your regular toilet paper roll or wrapping paper roll. So I'm just trying to measure out what I needed. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap the entire floral foam piece in masking tape as well. Now, this did not come out perfect. It's cute. It is cute, but it did not come out perfect, and that's because I think I should have just painted the tape instead of adding to the tape. So here's what I'm going to show you. After I made sure that I really made sure that there was like a double or triple layer of tape inside, because we are going to be using resin with this as well. So I did not want the resin to seep through. I did not want the resin to be absorbed by the foam. So that's why I made it into, basically, it's a cup. That's right, it's a teacup. That's what we're going to do. We're making a little teacup, guys. And so I just go ahead and slice a little hole in the side of it so that I can add my little handle. Yeah. And now I'm just going to hot glue it to make sure that it stays in place, because we don't want it to come apart. No, we don't. We really don't. So I go ahead and I was going to do that other styrofoam piece as the plate for the teacup, but it was really thick and it just did not look right. So I decided to scrap that part of it and just do the teacup. So what I'm doing here is I'm filling a silicone mold that I got from Amazon with hot glue to make the decorations for the side of the cup. Because teacups are dainty, they're cute, they're always floral, or they have some kind of pattern on them. And that's what we're trying to do here. So I painted the teacup itself in gray, and then I painted the 4 pieces of hot glue mold that I did earlier. I painted that in antique rose. They're all, the paints that I used are from Shutter Art. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue the hot glue down. That sounds funny. Well, it's true. It's hot glue that I made, and then we're hot gluing it down. So the reason why it looks so bumpy and lumpy and stuff like that is because I decided that maybe it needed a little bit more protection. And so I covered it with lightweight spackle. Now with the last project, I realized I did not need that. It probably would have just been fine with the tape. But Now I know for the next time. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing 1.5 parts of resin A and 1.5 parts of resin B. Excuse me. Now with this resin, it's odorless. Even though it still has an odor, it's not as bad. It's tolerable, but still wear a mask and still wear gloves and still wear the eyepieces, because there's no reason to take chances with your health. Your health is much more important than your project, so make sure you do that. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the look of whiskey. Yes, that's right. This is not a teacup for tea. This is a teacup for whiskey. And on project number 2, you'll see exactly why this video took the whiskey route. So I'm just going ahead and I added a little bit of coffee to it. It was way too dark for whiskey. It looked more like coffee or something than whiskey. So then I added a little bit of red, and then I added a brown shimmer to it, and then it gave a very close resemblance to whiskey. So now I'm just going ahead and pouring in the resin into my little teacup, and yeah. So it was bubbling a little bit. This is also supposed to be bubble free, but I seen that it was bubbling a little bit, and so I just took my heat gun to it a couple of times and it was fine. So now that the resin is dried and cured overnight, I am going ahead and just drilling a small hole into it. Yeah, all that work just to drill a hole into it. And then I am placing one of these photo hangers into the teacup, because this is going to be a photo hanger, a place where you could put a photo. And yeah, there we go. And that picture behind it, she's whisking a teacup. That is something that my mama gave me a long time ago, and that's why there's whiskey in this teacup. And that is my husband and myself about 7-8 years ago. Yeah, not too shabby. Tell me what you think about this project. I know next time not to do the lightweight spackle, just probably do the tape, and it'll probably look a lot better. But let me know what you think. I want to take a moment to thank every single one of my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. This channel will not be where it's at if it wasn't for you, the subscribers and the watchers, the viewers. I appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my heart, and thank you. Okay, so now on to project number 2. This one right here, my 15-year-old says that he has dibs on it, so yeah, he's getting it. So what I do is I just take that Jim Beam whiskey bottle, and I tape the back of it. And I take that drill bit that is for cutting glass. So unfortunately, there was a little bit of pressure, too much pressure put onto the glass, so the glass kind of cracked. But we're going to fix that, and now it's going great. So this is the must-use item, is the extension cord. When I told my husband that we had to use an extension cord, he gave me this face and then proceeded to say, that's a waste of an extension cord. Well, yeah. So here's where I'm doing UV resin to seal the cracks on the back of the bottle. And it worked. So if there's a little bit, if the bottle doesn't shatter, it can be fixed. So UV resin, it hardens up really quickly and cures with just the hit of a resin light for a few minutes or a few seconds. They say seconds. I did a few minutes just so I wanted to be absolutely sure, because yeah. So now here we go. I am going ahead. I bought those glass beads that you could put in your fireplace, that you could put in your fire pit. And I got them in the auburn color that looks like whiskey. So what I'm going to do now is I am just going to fill this bottle up with those beads. For one, to make it look like the bottle has whiskey in it, and number 2, to hide the cord. You don't have to do this step if you don't want to, but I think it just turned out really cool. So now, because I pulled it through a lot, I have to cut it down and then just split it down the middle and then pull it apart. So that's what I'm doing here. Now, the whole time that I'm doing this, my husband was intrigued by it, and he was, in fact, helping me. So he's telling me what to do. So now we have to strip the wires, and then we have to turn them clockwise just to make sure that they don't fray. So when you're doing this, make sure you do it clockwise and make sure they don't fray. Now, this kit came with extensions and everything. We're not going to do the extensions. We're just going to go here. So I put the first piece on. And then what we have to do is make a little hook out of the wires, just like that. And then you're going to put the screw on that piece, and you're going to hook it around. But hook it around to where when you're screwing the screw down, that it's not going to kick it out. So when you're doing it clockwise, make sure the hook is... You'll understand. I hope you guys do. It's hard to explain. And just do it that way. Also, we're going to put the cardboard back on because we don't want a... We're messing with electricity, guys. So we want to be safe as possible. And then we just go ahead and put the other piece on over. And then we're going to clip that whole thing together. So now what I'm doing is I'm like, okay, so we have to shove the rest of the little bit of extension cord back into the bottle. I use a little bit of gel glue from Gorilla Glue, gel glue, super glue, as I should say, and some hot glue. Hot glue for the immediate hold, super glue for the permanent hold. And then I just go around the edges to make sure that everything is going to stay in place, because after all, this is a lamp and we don't want it to just fall apart. That would be terrible. So now that I realize, okay, everything's glued down, everything's looking pretty good, we went to Walmart and got that little lampshade. They were about $9.97, I believe they were. And I just go ahead and put it on there. Yeah. And then while I'm doing this, my husband went and got me an LED light. So with these lamps, go ahead and do an LED light, because LEDs do not get hot. So, or if you do not have an LED light, use a 40-watt bulb or less, so that way it does not get hot and you don't have any problems. And then there we go. We plug it in and there is my whiskey lamp. This one right here, my 15-year-old says he has dibs on. My 23-year-old says that it is dope, which means it's cool and he likes it. And my 21-year-old ordered 2 of them. So there is the must-use item, the extension cord that is not being wasted. It's actually being put to really great use with a beautiful, unique, one-of-a-kind, or lamp. Okay, so go ahead and follow me on all of my social medias. The links to them will be in the description box below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. You would really help me out and make my dreams come true. Push me closer to my dreams. So please subscribe. Okay, so now on to project number 3. The must-use item is a paper plate. Well, I'm going to use 1.5 paper plates. So what I'm going to do here is we're just going to start cutting this paper plate up all willy-nilly. That's right, no rhyme or reason. Didn't even measure it because I'm just feeling rebellish. After that lamp, I feel like I could do anything. To tell you the truth. So what I did here is I lined up the plates and then I am just going to staple them. I'm going to staple them all together and yeah, go all the way around. I only did a couple... I did... You can see there how close I got to it. So then I wanted that edge to look a little bit more clean. So I just go ahead and put some masking tape all the way around it. Now I do have to go back and redo the back. I'm probably going to be keeping this one. It's kind of cute. And yeah, it also is taking on the whiskey theme that this video has taken. So now I just go ahead and cut the tape. And that way I can just fold it over. That way it has a nice clean edge across the top of it. And then I just take some masking tape and I go all the way around to cover up the staples front and back. And then here it is where I am finishing up a bit. And then I go ahead and paint the entire thing in my chalk paint, Hello Hobby chalk paint in black. And what I did is I didn't brush it on, I just stippled it with a sponge brush. And then I wanted it to be a little bit more elegant because teacups are elegant. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to, even though there's whiskey in the teacup, we're going to make this a little bit elegant. So what I did is I take my pink, it's a very light pink, beaded garland or beaded ribbon or whatever it is, my beads. And I go all the way around the plate as you've seen there. And then I'm just taking the same little strand of beads and I am going to place it onto the back. And then I have to tape it and then tape it again. So yeah, there is that. And then I go ahead. Oh, and then on my Cricut, I cut out the saying that says, I may not be everyone's cup of tea as long as I'm his shot of whiskey. And that's the way I feel. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. As long as my husband, I'm his shot of whiskey, that's all that matters to me. So that's why this saying is kind of cute. And I like it because we're not going to please everybody. We're not going to be perfect for everybody. We're not going to have everybody love us and like us. So that's fine. As long as the important people like us and love us, then you're doing very well in life. So now I just go ahead and take some floral foam and put it down at the bottom. And I start loading up this little thing with some flowers. Now, those flowers I got from Joann's. Unfortunately, my Joann's is now going out of business. So, yeah, California is kind of running out of crafting shops, and that breaks my heart. Because what am I supposed to do? And Dollar Tree has been disappointing me lately. At least my favorite one has been. I might have to find another Dollar Tree to go explore. But, so yeah, I just go ahead and take those flowers. I take those boxwoods that I got from Walmart about 2 years ago, I believe. A year and a half ago, maybe. I don't know, a long time ago. And I place them in there too. And then just to give it a little pop of color, I go ahead and place those pinkish, reddish flowers in there. Now, the beige flowers does have a little bit of pink in them around the edges. So it just ties in really well together. And then here is the fun part coming up. Yep, I have those little bottles of shots of Jack Daniel's whiskey that I'm just gluing to the back of a popsicle stick. And those are going to be the shots of whiskey. Yeah. And it kind of gives it a little bit of character to this floral arrangement. And here goes the last one. The last one in the front just kind of gave it the finished look, I think. And yeah, I had to show my husband there. He's like, I want to see. And he was like, oh, that looks good. So then here is the wall pocket by itself. Let me know what you think about it and leave it in the comments down below. I do get back to the comments. I look forward to your guys' comments. I look forward to your inspirations, your ideas. A lot of you guys are extremely talented, and you guys have so good ideas that you give me. I appreciate you guys so much. Like, you guys are amazing, and thank you. So here's the final reveal of everything together, and it looks kind of cute. Unfortunately, they're going to be separated because my son is taking the lamp. But anyways, so let me know what you think of everything together. Is there anything that you would do different? Is there anything that you like? Is there any funny stories that maybe, this brings to mind? I had somebody give me a funny story because I said moonshine in one video. And so it just popped up a memory. And I love hearing your guys' memories and your guys' life experiences. We're all friends here. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is there anything that you would do different? Is there anything that you would do the same? Is there anything that you want to replicate? Let me know in the comments down below. And I look forward to reading the comments. And I am going to make you watch a lot longer. Just watch it. Just watch it, guys. Watch it. But look how pretty the flowers are. And it turned out really nice. And then here we go. Yeah. Let me know what you think. I know I said that like 400,000 times. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't liked this video, share this video with your friends. Comment. I do get back to the comments. And please subscribe. You subscribing is free to you, and it pushes me closer to my goals and my dreams. And it helps me out. Again, I want to thank Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo DIY, as well as Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY. And thank you to our guest host, Amy, with the Singing Crafty Crafter, for hosting this amazing challenge and for having me on it. I really appreciate you guys so much. You guys have helped me out so much. You guys have no idea how much you helped me out. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for my audience and the subscribers that I have. I appreciate you guys so much. And until I see you on the next one, may our wonderful Lord bless you. And I'll see you in the next one.